7:14 on this December 7th. Got to make a comment about Pearl Harbor. I mean, it's Pearl Harbor Day. We never forget, and we remember those that the lives that were lost that day.
Right.
Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and the victory that came over Japan, and later on World War II.
I got a friend of mine. Him and his wife are in Hawaii right now, and they're going to.
They were going to
the going to the Arizona Memorial.
Wow.
And there'll be a lot of ceremony down there today.
Yeah.
I think, and I may be wrong, but if I remember right, they try to bring back some of those some survivors, of Pearl Harbor, and of course, as time marches on, there's fewer and fewer of those to bring back.
That's
and,
right.
Yeah, man, that was quite a shocker. You can imagine in 1941 when you turned on the radio, which is all they had, and you hear about the Japanese attacking Pearl Harbor and all the damage that had happened, and the next day you're in the middle of World War II.
Yep.
You're fighting everybody. And my dad was a World War II vet.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got into the war late.
What theater? Pacific?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the later parts of the war, like, oh gosh, I'm going to think late 44 and then into 45.
Oh, to the end.
Yeah, he was right. His age kept him, he fell in the group that hit late, but man, those veterans and the people that did all the work, a lot of times I think we overlooked it. Yes, the veterans deserve all the praise in the world in World War II, but boy, there was a lot of people back here in the States that were working hard to build.
Look what Ford and Chrysler and General Motors, and back then International, and even Studebaker Packard.
Yeah. Chrysler was building tanks.
Yeah.
In
fact,
a lot of that
story about I wish I had that story. Chrysler had come up with a way to nickel plate. Something was needed where all the nickel in the free world was needed for this one military device. But Chrysler came up with a nickel plate that saved the government a lot of money.
Right.
And but the tanks, a lot of the tanks had Packard engines and Cadillac engines in those days. Studebaker and everybody in those days. Right?
Everybody was in.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff was built by women. The women would come out and worked like slave labor out there. Worked a lot of hours.
Yes, they did.
And it's interesting when you talk about all the different companies that were involved. Out at the gun club, there's older guys there that have a lot of old vintage military firearms. A lot of them are World War II rifles. One of the guys has got a little M1 carbine, a 30 carbine, and some people know what that is. Some of you don't. But anyway, it was made by Rockola.
Really?
Yeah, the people that made the jukeboxes. And it's got Rockola stamped right on it. And it's rare. They didn't make that many, but there's also, you look at some of those, and there's Rockola, and I'm gonna forget some, but I have seen them with IBM.
Really?
Yeah. International Harvester. There's an Inland division, which was a General Motors. Something was built by General Motors, and you saw all sorts of different companies producing stuff, producing weaponry and supplies for World War II.
And you said International Harvester. Were they in line with GM at the time?
I don't know. I know that on some of those old M1 Garands, the 30-06 rifles that the United States used, there was a lot of them that had International Harvester on them.
And that's the thing about the American
I shouldn't say a lot. I know there were some that was international.
I've heard people say, well, you might be building cars one day and tanks the next. You might be making picnic tables one day and building tank tracks or something.
Exactly. It was all hands on deck after December the 8th. And,
Yeah. Wow. Time marches on. Thank you, veterans, and we remember.
Thank you very much for your service.
Wow. What's going on at Minute Mechanic?
Busy. We had a good week last week, and starting to see the people getting ready for their Christmas trips, and did a lot of different things last week. It was some weeks you get on a roll, and it'll be a big week of doing brakes, or it'll be a big week of front end work or something like that. Man, it was varied last week. It was just all over the place. We was doing a little bit of everything.
Really?
Yeah. And that's great, keeps everybody busy. And, we got a lot. We've got a lot going on. We've got what now? 2 weeks? No.
Yeah, this Thursday, this Friday will be 2 weeks before Christmas.
This Friday's 2 weeks till Christmas, so it's coming quick.
It's marching on.
Boy, it wouldn't hurt if old Mike did a little Christmas shopping, but
Yeah.
yeah, it wouldn't hurt a bit.
And I got to be gone 2 weekends between
Right.
now and then, so I really got to hustle.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if I got out and did something. But yeah, we got a lot happening. We've had a lot of front end jobs and stuff like that. A lot of alignment work going on. Oh, the usual stuff with everything else. We're doing some water pumps, and with this cooler weather we've got now, the battery things are starting to show up. Batteries that were starting good or pretty good when it was warmer. A couple of mornings last week, we got some pretty heavy frost last week, and some batteries bit the dust, and so had to replace them. And the usual oil changes, and we've been doing some radiator flushes. That's a thing that people need to remember to check going into this cooler weather, is antifreeze, and of course try to remember how long it's been since you've had it changed, because it's another one of those things. It's kind of sort of, people's always telling you change your oil at 3,000 miles, change your oil at 5,000 miles. When was the last time you saw an ad on TV telling you to change your antifreeze? That don't happen very often.
They used to.
Prestone used to do it all.
They used to do it all the time.
But now we have this extended life stuff, where people run a lot of times a minimum of 3 years, some of them 5 and 6 years on antifreeze, and you just don't hear much about it, and it's easily forgotten. Yeah. So again, if you don't remember the last time your antifreeze was checked or changed, probably ought to put that on your list of things to do anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Dale?
I'm too busy chasing spark plugs.
Yeah.
Flying out from under the hood.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is on a Ford product.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And, but there's a lot of stuff. If anybody's got anything they need done, give us a shout. We've got plenty of appointment time open. It's Monday morning, so we've always got a lot of time open at this point in the week. As the week wears on, of course, the times get limited, and we're getting closer to Christmas. And I think that that last 10 days before Christmas will probably be just maxed out on, and we almost always are.
Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar now, of course, Christmas being on a Friday.
Yep.
That means that there's going to be a lot of traveling on the 23rd for those that we're going to go ahead and take a vacation day on 24 and take the 25th, 26th, 27th. So long trips can be planned for this Christmas. Most people travel like on the 23rd, be there for Christmas Eve, and come home on the 27th.
Yep. Yeah, Christmas falling on a Friday like this makes it convenient for a lot of people to take bigger trips than if it was on a Wednesday. Yeah. And there'll be a lot. I think there'll be longer trips taken. So if you need something done, need something checked out, give us a shout. We can do about anything you need us to do. With the other thing we've been on here lately, we've been putting on several serpentine belts. I don't know what brought that on, but we've been doing quite a few belts. And
it always runs in cycles.
It seems to,
It runs in cycles.
Belts are one of those things that, people have heard us talk, that most vehicles these days have got one belt under the hood, and it runs everything. Now, there are a few out there that have more than one, but by and large, it's one belt that runs water pump, alternator, power steering. Of course, now we have electronic power steering, so we can drop that off. Air conditioning, basically all your components are belt-driven. Your accessories like that are belt-driven. And, man, that's a good idea. It works good, but if that belt ever comes off,
you lose it all.
You lose everything. If it was to break, and they don't break very often, it has to be a pretty shoddy belt for one of those to break. But when it does, it's pull over on the side of the road and get the phone out, because you're not going to go much further. You'll overheat your car.
Yeah.
And, keep an eye on those serpentine belts. Who knows? We got 3 weeks almost till Christmas, what the weather will be. But as always, no matter if the roads are dry or wet, tires are a big concern. Bring them in. Let us check them. Man, we've been doing a lot of cars with low pressure warning lights on because it's gotten cold. And that affects the inflation level. Even, I'll leave that one alone. I got a buddy of mine bought him a new vehicle with nitrogen in the tires, and he was busy telling me the salesman told him his tire pressures would stay the same, and he wouldn't have to worry with them. Come in the other day, these low tire light on. Yeah, he wasn't so happy with his nitrogen then.
Well, they use nitrogen. They use them in race cars, because especially in hot weather, because once you set it at 40 psi. Nitrogen won't increase the PSI when it gets hot, like regular car tires.
Yep. And I joke with him now. Isn't oxygen like 70-something% nitrogen? Mm-hmm. I told him I run a 75% blend.
I got to remember that one.
Yeah, I run a 75% blend. I'm pretty exclusive.
Right. Oh goodness.
We've been doing lots of oil changes, man. I tell you what, yes, a lot of oil changes. And
you're seeing a lot of transitions now into the synthetic oils.
That's where I was headed with that, Dale. I'm seeing more and more transition towards synthetic oils. And a big part of that is because even manufacturers now are producing these cars, and they're filling them at the factory with synthetic oil. And so people are staying with it. It's a good product. It allows you to extend your oil changes a bit. It's good product whenever it's really cold outside. It's great when it's hot. It does a lot of things that regular petroleum oils just beyond the capabilities of it to do. Mm-hmm. And the more we see factory fill with synthetic oil, the more we're going to be putting in. And I mean, our Mobil 1 sales up there have went, oh my goodness, I bet it's up 200%. I bet we've doubled, if not tripled, the amount of Mobil 1 we use in a month's time. Yeah.
Well, when you think of Mobil 1, you think of synthetic oil, but yet Pennzoil, Quaker, Castrol,
everybody has a synthetic
they
oil
all have,
now.
even Valvoline.
Yeah, everybody's making a synthetic oil, and depending on whose website you're on, theirs is the best.
Yeah.
But
now Mobil 1, you go back, almost 30, 35, 40 years when it first came out? Do you remember the 25,000-mile oil change?
Oh, yeah. Mobil 1 and Amsoil had a big legal battle at one time over who was the first synthetic motor oil.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Amsoil won that legal battle, if I remember correct. But, boy, they're right in there neck and neck. And they both make a high-quality product. So you can feel very, very confident in either one. Whichever you choose is going to be good.
See, have you heard of, was it Royal Purple?
Royal Purple is an excellent product, yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but one of my boys has a diesel truck, and he swears by Royal Purple.
Royal Purple is another one of those pretty high-dollar synthetic lubricants. They make a little bit of everything. They make engine oil and transmission fluid, and it's just as purple as it can be.
Really?
Yeah, they put some kind of dye in there, I guess. But when you pour it out of the bottle, it's just as purple. Yeah.
But it's a good product.
It's a very good product. Royal Purple for a long time was kind of like Amsoil in the fact that it was excellent, but you couldn't find it anywhere.
So now they're getting national distribution.
Now you're seeing it more. And I'll tell you what, I was in Walmart 6 weeks ago, and they have it on the shelf at Walmart. So if you're a Royal Purple fan,
you can get it at Walmart.
You can buy it at Walmart. And O'Reilly carries Royal Purple. So it's available now through some commercial outlets. Amsoil is still one of those deals where you have to go to a dealer basically to do that, to buy Amsoil. So, that's maybe in my eyes an advantage to the Royal Purple as it is becoming more available. I don't know if it's available at all Walmart stores and all O'Reilly, but they are locally.
Wow.
Yeah. Good products. All that, you look into when you ride motorcycles, you're always seeing somebody with a new synthetic lube of some sort that's just, my gosh, it's space age technology. You've never seen anything like it, but it all works really well. And some of it is just it gets awfully expensive very quickly. Yeah.
Minute Mechanic is located on Highway 201 North across from Salvation Army. 425-3135 is their number. You got time to get folks in this week?
Absolutely, we do. Give me a call. We'll get you in. We can make it easy on you. We offer rides to people that are local, in town. Sometimes we take people to work. Sometimes we take them home. We try to make it just as convenient and the least amount of disruption to your day as we can.
There you go. Give Mike and the gang a call today, 425-3135. Hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday this week, and they look forward to serving you.
Absolutely.
All major brands of motor oils, top-quality filters, and other services available this week. Don't wait until the last minute if you're anticipating driving on the 23rd, 24th for Christmas. Get in and get it done.
Yes, we have all sorts of synthetic oils as well. Amsoil, we have Pennzoil, Castrol, and I know right now I'm forgetting one. Mobile One.
Mobile One.
Yeah. We keep about 4 to 5 different kinds of synthetic lubricants, and especially with Amsoil, I can order you about anything you want.
Give Mike a call, 425-3135. Time for the news. Be right back.